Hello, and thank you for joining us on Click Naija Online Radio. It's Men's Hangout. Men's Hangout is a program where we talk about issues from male perspective. My name is Nasir Yunusa, and
I'm Remy Okenwa.
And I'm David Umoru.
Debu.
Oh boy, man. What's up? Good to have you here.
Be three, later become
You
two,
know how it is.
and then become three again.
See, this guy has been lounging somewhere
Honestly, it's
and
been away
left
for a
us just to be
while.
hanging. Yeah, he's looking so good.
Hello.
Good.
It's so nice to have you back now.
I was
Thank you
even
very
thinking
much.
that
Thank you very much.
actually you went to
Yeah.
pay your bride price or something?
Okay,
Let's
not to let that go. Happy Ramadan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, I hope I put that well.
Yeah.
Happy Ramadan, right?
It's okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
welcome to Men's Hangout today. Our topic today is what do men think about feminism?
Mhm.
Wow. This is Click Naija Online Radio. Follow us on our social media handle. For Facebook and Instagram, it's Click Naija. And for Twitter, it's at Click Naija1. You can also listen to us via www.clicknaija.net. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel now.
Yeah, all right, guys. Quick question. What do men think about feminism? You know, feminism has been a topical issue and a burning issue in recent days and recent years. And it is time for us to actually do justice to it. Anyways, moving on.
You think we can do justice?
I did tell you, my brother, I know that.
I hope it's a
However,
very, very dicey topic.
I did tell you, man, we're going to do justice
I'm
to
sure
it.
some, I'm sure some antennas are already up out there.
And this one has to do with us directly because these guys have been contesting this situation with us. They go get them hot.
What do men think about feminism? Like everywhere on social media, anywhere it goes, feminism, whether the definition is right or wrong, we don't know. That's okay, today we are going to know. So for you watching us on our live screen here, tell us what feminism is and tell us what men think, what you as a man think about feminism.
Exactly.
And as a lady, correct the impression if we are going the wrong way, right?
Yes,
All right, okay, you can keep your comment coming.
Yeah, and you can also let us know how you've been viewed.
Yeah.
Yes, wrongly.
Mhm.
So, just so that we can all make this work together.
Certainly, just keep relaxed and fasten your seatbelt and get to hear the gist in as it is hot, you know.
Yes, sir.
All right,
As
all
it
right.
is hot.
Yeah.
Now let me first start with what feminism is meant to be. Now, if you look up the definition of feminism in the dictionary, you will see this statement as feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of inequality of the sexes.
Yeah, equality.
Equality of the sexes. So now, okay, this definition is straight.
Yes.
What feminism is equal rights, just what the men are enjoying in the society, that's what the women want to enjoy in society.
Yes. And I
It's
like
as simple as that.
I like where there are some definitions who will say they'll say we're not talking about sameness.
Yes, sameness.
You're not talking about sameness because obviously we're two different people. You can't be same, but the rights, the access, everything, there should be no discrimination.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. There should not be discrimination. But now some people differ that if you are saying for the equality, that's the sameness. That now you can't put it that physical appearance now cannot make it both men and women do the same thing in the society. That it's not possible.
I think it's more about them fighting for representation. Equal representation. There are some particular
social strata of society.
Yeah, all of that. There are particular things they just want taken off. There are some stereotypes and all of that. They want taken out. Even if it's there, let it be. You shouldn't put it to our face. You know, the way some people will say, "Yes, I know I'm this already." You don't have to put it out there in my face. And you know, feminism at its core is about equality of men and women, not sameness. Not sameness as it is. So many people offer up the argument that women are not the same as men, so there can't be equality. In other words, because their bodies are different, many say weaker or smaller.
Mhm.
And because men and women have different physical capabilities,
Yeah.
these physical differences mean equality is
It's not possible at all, not attainable.
So if you look at it in just in literally terms,
Mhm.
that's what people think equality is all about,
Yeah.
or feminism is all about.
Mhm.
But there's a lot more to it.
So many, I must say.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Let me start with Remy now. What makes you agitated to read in the media about men, women equality?
Nice. So my goodness. You know, this area has been troubling me for a while.
Because
for my kingdom, you can imagine, my brother. So nice, you know, to respond to that directly. You know, man does not desire food because you can't please them with food because they can get it anywhere they want.
Well,
and you cannot
Proverbs.
And you cannot trap men with sex as a partner or as a girlfriend because they can actually get it in brothels. The greatest thing you can do to a man.
You think women can't get saved?
Hold on, bro. Okay. The greatest thing you can do to a man is take away his respect. Inherent in every man is a king and a beast. And if you want to bring out the king in a man, it takes a queen to bring out a king in a man. But if you want to toy with a man's heart by contesting his position, you bring out the beast in him. What am I seeing in effect? Traditionally and culturally, women emancipation, equality, or whatever they call it, cannot be obtainable in this climate.
Really?
It cannot be obtainable in this climate.
In Africa.
You know why?
In
There are
Africa,
so many things women can be concerned about.
Okay.
There are so many things women can be concerned about as regards to equality, feminism, and women emancipation. Women can aspire to be president of this country or anywhere in the world. Women can aspire to galvanize themselves, to support their own, not looking for a way to fight a position with a man. Because if you threaten a man's domain, you know what that will react? Natural reaction. A man will react. It's just like having a boss in the office. There are rules, there are principles that governs every organization. So it is in marriage, in relationships. There are principles. You cannot tell me that your boss will give you an assignment. You want to contest the same position with her or him. My brother, you know what that gets you?
I know in that context.
Oh my goodness.
I know in that context.
Oh my goodness.
Are you finished?
My brother, my body, the boy. I have so many things.
Like you don't want chance. Yes. A few of those points where he says some things cannot be changed because in this terrain, in this setting, you know, and I think that's one of the major reasons why feminism is coming out for all of this. Even though some branches have come out, there are types of feminism, and some have taken it to the extreme. But if you check, it's sometimes in response to some of the extreme measures that have been meted out. Yes, extreme measures that have been meted out on women. You know, in the last 1-2 months, there were a couple of videos of women being treated either in marriage. In marriage, a woman's husband died, and the village, the family members, the husband's family, just kept maltreating the woman and all of that. There are other cultures where they'll tell you you need to drink the bath water of the dead, so and all of this.
I understand.
Now, and then they get to ask, if the woman dies, do you ask the man to do same? You get this as the moment tradition could not address some of these issues. If they had addressed them on time, they will see as, yes, there's an inclusiveness coming in. But the more if you don't address it, the way they're going to fight back, they will go to the extreme, which is what we're facing.
I understand.
Now, some of these political things you're talking about, in the urban centers, in corporate areas, they are not so, I don't know, I don't have statistics now, but not as pronounced as in the villages.
Yeah.
It's in the rural areas where you have this thing.
So
woman not supposed to talk at all.
So feminism is like the fight against some kind of, let me say, liberation from some kind of certain societal norms.
That is what is now seen as, like, it's not really a fight. It's them. It's because it was because tradition refused to release these things, and they're trying to pull out themselves. It's now seen as a fight. But it's not a fight. It's actually an ideology they're presenting. Check this thing out.
Yes. Okay. Some people say when you talk to a feminist, the approach you take things to life is different from what you are saying. Now you are saying in a very calm, civil way. If this is how most feminism see, feminists to see.
Yes, it would have been a better approach.
But some feminists will tell you that, okay, I was reading up something and I saw someone that, like, she doesn't need marriage. Marriage is it's not for her, it's to change her name and to, those
are the ones that are, when they say, okay, take for example, let's bring NSAS here now.
Okay.
And NSAS started as something legitimate, a cry for something, and then other people came in. It's not everybody that came out for protesting for NSAS that they came out and then started using the front for other things. Now, the ideology of feminism, as we said, is just for equality in sexes, gender representation. They have the terms are very technical. If you check, very, very technical. So some people now hide under that umbrella and perpetrate other things.
Okay, then we take our comments.
So, okay, we'll just say, okay, comments are coming in now. Let's see. From Suleiman Abdullah Kerinde, they are fighting for gender equity. Meanwhile, they are better, stronger than men.
Yeah, what would you say about Suleiman?
Okay, so
you can see one of the comments.
Better, stronger than men. You see,
go on.
So the issue is this. Remy will support any kind of fights, women emancipation, any kind of feminist, if it's something that can liberate women from any kind of oppression. You understand what I'm saying? In a civilized climate, women are expected to aspire to any position they want, any right of theirs. But to be honest, as we were trying to say, some ladies, some women has taken it to the extreme.
Sure.
In other words, they are bringing it down. They are bringing the war to their home, thinking feminism is all about equality with their husband or their man. You understand what I'm saying? If you on social media, we all see all these things. Many of them do not respect that institution called marriage. They don't have respect their heads. You understand the point? So the truth of the matter is the women are very strong people, but they have to realize the power inherent in them.
Because you made a statement earlier where you said women coming out to support
their own.
Sometimes when, a couple of times we hear give women a chance in politics, give women a chance in politics. But you have to participate. You have to be involved in something. Participate to be able to take over.
Yeah.
You get.
Certainly.
You can't just say, it's not just election. If women come out, if women are registered voters, let's say voting as we're hoping, everything begins to go well. Women come
to
out,
shock you to this statement. Recall the last time, I've forgotten her name, a woman came out for the presidency under a particular party.
Sarah Jibril.
She was the only person who casted, even her children, her relatives, none of them. You understand? It was surprising.
Let me take this comment. Well done, guys. Nas, welcome back. Oh, thank you, absolutely, sir. Thank you very much.
We have Nas back on the show.
Yes, we have from Debbie Phillips. She said, I totally agree with David. Yes.
Okay.
I know women emancipation. Whoever supports them, they want to agree with them. So
David, thank you. we're in this fight together because we can't fight within this space where we and the women, we really need to coexist.
Okay, let me put this question to you guys. Now, many people believe that feminists want to control the world by putting men down.
Well, that is the point I was trying to say.
Yes,
before.
that was the point.
You understand
But
what
many
I'm saying?
people, I'm putting this question to both of you now. Many people see it like that.
I think
Like-
it's insecurity.
Yeah.
Then I will still say that
Mhm.
some take it to the extreme,
Mm.
and it's insecurity, and it's that sometimes psychologically it just triggers. You see a woman will say, "Is it because I'm a woman you're doing this?"
Yes.
Now, if they can go beyond that, leave out that sentence, leave out that statement.
Is
That, is it because I'm a woman? No,
Mm.
no. Because the moment you say that, you're already trying to put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
And a man will psychologically react. Why a woman
Mm.
will do like, those kind of this thing. Now, you said something about women in marriage knowing their limits and knowing their responsibilities.
Exactly.
And it's not about limitation. Recently, I got to know the person of Margaret Thatcher,
Yeah.
the first female prime minister of
Mhm.
Great Britain, better. And I saw an autobiography of her, and it was this woman cooks for her husband as a prime minister.
So it
She
didn't change her
cooks.
role.
It didn't change her role.
Mhm.
At the point when she's busy in bed looking at her notes for this thing, the husband will say, "Okay, let me go to the other room." She'll say, lie beside me here.
Mm. Mm.
Finally, I'll sleep, or you pick up something to read. The man said, "No, just for the night." He said, "That's how it starts.
Mm.
It starts by
Continue.
one night, you go and sleep in the other room.
Mm.
Before you know, become very comfortable. That I'm not going to allow that. I might be prime minister, but my role to you as a husband and wife,
Mm.
these are people
You
who
should
put it
separate,
in
who understand
perspective.
you. Who understand? You know, my brother.
Are you supporting his view here?
Yeah, I love that aspect.
Mhm.
Because the notion people usually have about Margaret Thatcher is, crazy woman, very stubborn person.
When it came to her administration,
Exactly.
she was firm.
He was very, very
Yeah,
firm.
no, it
That's
was-
kind of stuff I want. You understand?
And some men began to look at it, but the people who understood knew that, okay, she needed to do this. Yeah, there were a whole lot of political on which we would not have to go into because that's her political administration and all. But by and large,
what I keep saying is this: I will support any kind of feminist fights. You understand? Provided it's not brought into the home. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Provided it's not brought there, because
Well,
most of the vices you have seen in the society today is as a result of broken homes. And if you investigate further, you will understand with me that it is as a result of this mentality of women, this mindset of women that we are equal, so you cannot do anything. Anything you think you can do, I will do. You understand what I'm
Okay, that's me. Many people now, they say many people fear feminism will overturn time honored traditions like religious belief, established gender roles, and they feel scared. Many people feel scary about it. Now, like he was talking about cultural beliefs. Now, some culture, it's already there. Now, when you are trying to bring the feminism equality in it, will it work?
No, you see,
Can you change it?
culture sometimes shoots itself in the leg.
Yes.
Culture. When a woman in a community does not have money, culture will come down on that woman. Once that woman has money, it's our daughter. That's the culture shoots itself in the leg.
Exactly.
So you now see that women, there are people are watching, and then they begin to feel, oh, so you can do this for this person. That means this thing is not cast in stone. That is what it means. It means this thing is not cast in stone. You actually did it for your own benefits or
the way the society
see. We've gone past that, and I'll still say we're seeing it as a fight. It's like this thing belongs to somebody, and okay, let's take it like this. At the age of 18, you say your child is supposed to learn how to drive as a driver's license. Now, at that age, just believes, okay, you should begin to start talking. Let's say if you're able to provide, you should begin to start saying, okay, let's have a bank account for you. Let's get driver's license for you, and graduate something. Let him see, okay, let him know that yes, he's getting accepted. And then you keep quiet. The child will talk, you say, the child will, at a point you start seeing his attempt to get those things himself as him trying to rebel against you. If over time we were improving some things, men were improving some things for themselves, but we're refusing to improve, update things for the women, still trying to keep the women where they are.
And that's why it's important.
Women would definitely fight.
This is the reason why such idea, that ideology of feminism should come in. Some of those injustices being witnessed in culture. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when I mention about families, I do not actually want to talk about the oppressions the women go through. They can form a formidable force, synergize and fight it out. You understand what I'm saying? These are salient things that society must join them in fighting. Even husband, wife, men should join them in doing so. You understand? But what
of the points now that feminism has gone to the point that young ladies now in their married home will tell their husband, I can't cook, you get a cook to the house. They are both in their heads now in the house, like I've met ladies who say that I don't cook.
Now it's
do you understand? But our culture now has told us that it's a woman rule to cook in the house. Or is this what is a
so what now happens to someone like me? Sorry, Dave, someone like me who cannot cook. So it would be a double tragedy if I now get a woman who will tell me, I don't want to. These things will bring. This thing will always hit up the home. For someone who will not understand,
I'm not in support of anybody trying to break their home by taking up, because sometimes the people who come online to tell you this, they go back home and cook.
Definitely,
they go back home and cook, and then misleading some people and all of that. Cooking, some women will tell you, I derive joy from cooking for my family, for my destiny. Now, as a man and a woman, as husband and wife, when you see that your wife has responsibilities, corporate responsibilities, and you have corporate responsibilities, and she is willing to at sometimes still cook, and she's struggling, try and bring in something that can help. Once in a while, go out to eat, and all, because some women, I've heard some women argue, okay, if you want me to be cooking for you 100%, you also do 100% demand duty. Bring in money 100%.
That is what a man should do.
But how many men are bringing money?
My brother, those are very irresponsible men. Because to me,
don't put me in such trouble. The society is hard enough.
It's about balancing this.
I understand that
I'm not for people who stand and say, no, I'm not cooking for. No.
Okay, let me
let's take our comments.
Okay.
Dan Ayomide say a relationship with a woman that has the feminist movement mentality won't be healthy, as females sees men as their competitors and companion. A feminist woman does not consider marriage the holy matrimony. She sees it as a means to acquire a new name. Now, what will you say about this comment?
I think from the perspective of where some people, depends on, if you go back to what feminism, their initial listing is, it's a very delicate matter, whereby some people they'll look for an aspect within it and run with it. And if you're lucky to come in contact with women who do that, the particular women who do that is wahala.
Wow.
Who take out they'll take out a part of it and run with it without taking the.
Now that's why I feel they have this feminist thing that has not been a proper definition of what feminism should stand. You understand? That's why anybody can tinker with it and use it the way they want. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
they can choose to make any interpretations that is desirable to them,
and then give it a bad name.
Exactly. But the truth of the matter, if you bring it home, for example, because sometimes some of these problems we are highlighting are things that they start from home. They start from family. You understand what I'm saying? In a family, that's why it's very important for a man and a woman to find a suiting love. For that is to be loved before you get into marriage.
Okay.
If you love your woman,
David, take his comment.
Fine.
Okay.
I love it. Coming from Okemute Igurase, he said, feminism is the most misunderstood concept in Nigeria. Even many self-acclaimed feminists don't even understand it
that's the same
and
thing.
confuses it with misandry. So
Yeah.
you see, I told you from the beginning, I said the technicality of these things are some people extract one part of it
Then
and do
take what is what they feel is best for them.
Have you ever gone for a protest rally where they say we're protesting for light increment? As they're saying, hey, protest, then one person will just come out and say, even fuel self. You know, you stand on
Everything goes the other way.
before you know.
You turn out to be something else. Oh my God! Okay, it's all right. Then, Abdul Umar, if you happen to relate with a feminist, she tends to be defensive and uncontrollable, as she sees nobody else than herself. And as a guy in a relationship, I don't think you will feel comfortable when you can't influence the woman you are dating,
or
yeah, you know, or married. You understand?
You know what you say about this? That is what the fight is all about.
It's all about. I keep bringing about.
Men feel like when you call yourself a feminist, you don't want to be controlled by a man. You feel like people are equal in everything. So that in emotions,
Now,
you know.
Now there are people. I'll still go back to the concept of. I'll go with what Okemute said as misunderstood.
Okay.
Feminism, when you're trying to defend women's rights, it doesn't mean you are fighting your man or fighting the men gender or this thing. Some people have been able to differentiate we've seen there are governors' wives who defend the right of women. There are women activists who defend they are married. They're married and their homes are doing very well.
Now take that comment. This Uche's
okay, Uche knows. Feminists are taught to be independent and self-sufficient. Now, being self-dependent and self-sufficient, if you're in a marriage, you're independent, self-sufficient. Now, to be explaining this, while it might sound nice, remember the institution of marriage states that not that one partner depends on the other for one thing or the other. That's what keeps the love flowing.
Now.
Go to comment. Okay, go to the
go to the comment. Like I saw what you're saying.
Now, when you say independent, self-reliant, you know, when you go for this women empowerment, they'll tell you, hey, don't just sit down for a man to bring home things. Try to be independent. Now, those things is not in totality. Because if you're saying independent, you depend on the man depends on you, but there's interdependence when it comes to childbearing and a whole lot of these things. But some have taken that definition of independent
to a whole new level.
The fact is, you are not, no matter who you are, you are not independent. Even if you feel you have money, you depend on a consumer to buy your products.
Yeah. Even in the family, if you are the head, depend on
there is interdependency.
Everything is
interdependence.
Everything happens.
So it's been a misconstrued.
But what you see on social media these days about highly discouraging.
Those are the ones running with they've not even read to the last listing of the definition. They just go up and then start doing it.
What I've noticed is that we have different types
branches
of feminism.
Yes,
we have
the
radical feminism. We have the what do you call them? The
functionalist. There is social
radical feminist.
I saw about 4 or 5 of them.
Okay, we have another comment. Feminism. Sorry.
Is it a repeater?
Okay.
Feminism is not about women wanting to control men. It's about wanting to have a say over their own lives and have equal opportunities.
Is it everybody that will understand it in this concept?
We pray so.
You see where it's very dicey down saying that part of wanting to have their own say
Yeah.
over their own lives.
Exactly.
So it's now they say that doesn't mean they want to enforce their say. It's about, hey, this is what I want to, let's negotiate it and talk, say reasons with me. They're not trying to force it from you. If men can try to see reasons with the women, two sane people in a relationship or marriage can have that conversation and say, sometimes you see grounds now, because you see this man, I must provide it all in this time, it will kill you.
But you never killed our parents.
No,
I
that's,
said,
Because
that's
it's
why
always been like
I
that.
said
that's
in this
society
time.
that time. That's society.
That's society
that
then.
time. Okay, Remy, your last comment, please.
Yeah, my brother, the truth of the matter is this: women should always understand their role. If they have anywhere they're having challenges, like abuse, violence in homes, and so many things that they can call for our attention, that we can support them.
Yep.
You must not always say like this one are women to women, then whatever evil it is. They always advising them, say, you go and stab a fellow, and go and stab a man. When a man has hurt you or somehow, you see them on social media say, go and do this. So they're advising they go and do that. So you understand. So I actually discourage some of those kind of fight of feminism. It's not going to help the society, and it's not going to develop us as we are calling for it.
All right. We have another comment. David explaining exactly what I am saying. Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay, my last comment. I'll just say the continuous push for feminism and those with the exact and right knowledge of it should be the one at the forefront, and to continue to explain what it is, so that some people don't take it out of context.
Yes, so they won't take it out of context. Feminism is not about pushing your man down, making you feel worthless at home. Feminism is not about you becoming so brash and insulting any man that comes your way. Feminism is not like that. Feminism is about women having equal opportunity with men in our society, and that is what we are preaching here today. So thanks to everyone who viewed us live here on Facebook. Men Husband will be back next week with another edition on Click Naija Radio. If you missed any of our show, you can watch everything on our YouTube channel. My name is Nasir Yunusa, and
I'm Remy Okenwa.
And I'm David Umar.
Yes, so see you guys
It's
next
Nice doing this with you guys again. I just share it like this.
My brother, anything like this, it's all right. It's a great Friday, Once again, we have to say
Cheers
yes, another
and bye.
Friday.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.